What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about another FireCon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We've already looked at Raider Cindersaur. I will pop a link to that one in the description. Now we need to have a little bit of a look at Raider Flamefeather. I am loving these FireCons, but it's just, trying to get full free and properly in one video. It's a bit too much, ladies and gentlemen. Bit too much. So Raider Flamefeather then, it's an 8 cost, as are all the FireCons, which means it's somewhat average. And then we're really looking for stats of about 4, 12, 2, and we get stats of 3, 11, 1. Every single stat here is exactly 1 lower than we would usually expect. So the stats here not terribly good. Although to be fair, the average stats do seem to be a little bit worse post Wave 1. And honestly, there's nothing in the stats here that makes me terribly excited. What does make me terribly excited, however, are the skills. I like the skills very much indeed. In bot mode, when you defend and you flip battle cards, you get +1 defense for each orange icon you flip, up to +5 defense. So if you can flip 5 orange icons, you can get a defense of 6. Well, hang on a second. Defense of 6 is crazy. Like, really ridiculously over the top good. I mean, if we have a look at Wave 1, we had a couple of characters that would actually get up to defense 4. Things like Bombshell could get defense of 4, but that was about it. I mean, we did get a couple of other characters with a defense of 4, but, Demolisher springs to mind. But that was it. We didn't actually get anything above that. We've never had a defense higher than 4. So getting up to a defense of 6 here, now we're talking. And here's the thing. And I said this when we looked at the previous one, Cindersaur, and I'm saying it again here with Flamefeather. You need to go full orange. Kind of like Vector Sigma's Insecticon list from Wave 1 orange. You need to go as orange as you can possibly go. You want majority orange icons with just a couple of white thrown in there as well. Sometimes you need the white for things like Force Field, but also it's pretty nice just to have the white, because if you can flip 1 white while battling, that's perfect, because the first white you flip gets you 2 extra battle cards flipped. So if you can always flip 1 every battle, which I know is not, it's impossible to actually try and figure that out and get it working every time. But if you can get 1 white per battle, then you're flipping 2 extra battle cards every time, and that's really nice. So that's the goal here. And then all of a sudden, if you're sitting there in bot mode, you've got a health of 11, defense of 6, and now we do have stats that we like very much indeed. And now we're almost at the point where you can start playing a little bit of healing even. This is beautiful. And the great thing is, because you're playing orange icons, you're actually getting the benefit of the orange icons while attacking, and also gaining from them while defending. So for Flamefeather, there really isn't any need to go blue. You have to flip 5 blue here just to get up to as good as you'd get from your orange. Although, incidentally, if you do play any mixed ones, say something like Rollout, for instance, then the orange will give you +1 defense, as long as you haven't already flipped 5, and the blue will give you +1 defense, because the blue is calculated separately. So that would also be pretty gosh darned ridiculous. So that's quite nice. We've got a nice character with a large defense if you're flipping orange, which we probably are. So what about the alt mode skill here? Well, once again, we're going pretty gosh darned orange. When you flip to this mode, each of your FireCons gets bold 1 until end of turn. Now, we've seen already on Cindersaur that in bot mode, when you attack and you flip at least 4 orange icons, you do 2 damage to a tapped enemy. So this works quite nicely with Cindersaur. Cindersaur, we talked about in the video, really bold 2 is what you're looking for. If you go full orange, you'll have a couple of white icons, but you'll have a couple of double orange. So if you can get bold 2, most of the time you should get the skill here. So using this to give bold 1 means that you've got a decent chance, either by hitting a white or a double orange, you've got a decent chance of hitting it without actually having to worry about bolding up any more than that. Now, look, bold 1 is not particularly exciting on its own because, Flame War is a 5 cost that can give you bold 1. It's not like we've never seen bold 1 before. But the point of this is we're playing a team of characters that are just going full orange. Trying to get as orange as we can possibly get. So getting a bold 1 here, it just helps you out beautifully. It helps out your other Firecons, and you can always do something like roll out bold 1, then use your flip for the turn to get back into bot mode. Then when you attack, you've got the benefit of the bold 1 from Flamefeather while attacking with Flamefeather. Now, one of the downsides of Flamefeather here is that you're not a melee character. So it means you're not going to be able to use Power Sword. But as I suggested in my previous video, how about Flamethrower? Now look, I know Flamethrower only gives you bold 2 rather than bold 3, but it's got an orange icon. And now you can sit there and you're flipping 4 battle cards, 5 if you've been able to use the alt mode skill. So now when you're attacking, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. And that's why I love Flamefeather so much. You can go full orange here, and when you're defending, you can pretty much rely on a defense of 6. No guarantee, but pretty much. And when you're attacking, you're going to be getting a huge amount of orange here. Now look, you're not going to be able to take advantage of bold while defending. You're just not. So the problem is, it can be quite difficult to flip too many battle cards while defending. Because you see, I'm talking about going full bold here. Remember, bold helps you when you flip to attack, but your skill in bot mode comes in when you flip to defend. And that means you've got to be extremely careful that you don't waste your bot mode skill here. Now, one of the things I really like here, or at least I would really like, is body armor. That gives you tough 3, and it's got an orange icon. We like orange icons. Problem is you're ranged. You're not melee. The other Firecons are melee. This would be amazing if it was melee because you could play body armor, but you're not. So you can't. So you end up in this weird situation where what you really want to do is go tough here. But then you've got to go tough with an orange icon. But the problem is that your other Firecons aren't getting the bonus when you defend. So any tough here is only helping you with your bot mode skill because you're not playing enough blue to really make it worth it. So that's where double orange icons and white icons come in. You're probably not going to hit 5 very often. You're just not. But what you are going to be able to do is hit probably 2, and then you'll hit the odd orange icon, double orange icon, like Peace Through Tyranny. And then you'll hit the odd white icon like Force Field. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're at least probably hitting 3 or 4. If you can hit a white and a double orange, then you're flipping 4 in total. But one of them doesn't have an orange, but one of them has a double. So you're up to 4, and that's quite nice. 4 will help us out here. I get confused by Raider Flamefeather, because I don't quite know what to make of it. On the one hand, the alt mode skill that gives bold 1 to all of your Firecons, I adore it, it's great. But then again, it is really just Flame War that's a 5 cost. On the other hand, I adore the bot mode skill here. I think the bot mode's amazing. But you really need tough to take advantage of it. And you really then need blue icons to take advantage of tough, and you're going full orange. So I end up in a weird situation with this where I don't know what I think about it. I still love the treble Firecon deck, but Flamefeather here just confuses me. Need tough, need blue icons, but you're going full orange. Either way, when you defend, you should hit at least 2 orange icons, if not 3 or 4, so you can at least read it as a defense of 3 or 4. And remember what I said at the beginning of the video, defense of 3 or 4 is still really high. You're probably not getting the defense of 6, I mean, to get the defensive 6, you need to flip a white icon and a double orange with your first 2 flips. And then with the white icon you get, you need to flip a double orange and a single orange. You basically need to flip 2 double orange and a white icon to get the +5. Possible? I would argue somewhat unlikely. Now, you're also a ranged character here, which means you get access to really cool stuff like armed hovercraft to get a little bit of cheeky extra damage down. But please do remember that the other ones are melee. So you end up running these range tools, but they're only usable on one of your 3 characters, and that again makes me a little bit nervous. Raider Flamefeather is one of these characters I look at and I really want to like it, but it's the only range one where the other 2 are melee. And the bot mode skill's awkward, and it seems like there's something wrong with the card. It seems like every part of it I look at, there's just something that makes me go, oh, not quite. Hey-ho. That's what I think about Raider Flamefeather, ladies and gentlemen, but I would very much like to know what you think about Raider Flamefeather. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But please do remember the rule. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at Wossy, where we talk about Transformers and a whole bunch of other games. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.